The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run here with Dobbins. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Looking to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here for Slayton, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll swing this out to Tony. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. But it goes a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 4th and 11.
They completed the screen on the perimeter. That is textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Stafford. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 41.
I think this is a situation where the quarterback coach in the sideline is going to turn to a signal call and say, listen, it's 3rd and 1, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It was D.J. Jones who was there for the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in his first half alone, as he's got a first down on that last catch. He'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Giantsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Stafford. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down. And that's exactly what he did.
A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 92 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
In motion left goes Cooks. They keep it with Barkley on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Throwing is Stafford. He's got Bellinger. And some room to work. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 23 yards on the play.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Amari Cooper. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. Not no good. He missed it. Missed the PAT. And this will remain a 5-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. He'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. They'll set up to throw. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. Got it open then. It's Michael Gallup. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Ready up.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn.
And it'll be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
When the team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll look to throw here. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They're going to try and throw. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Play action. Stafford. Bellinger hauls it in on left side. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Giants have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
42.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Barkley inside handoff. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon. They're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen. And if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, they wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. He'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They go play action here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 2nd down and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the fourth. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Stafford now to throw. Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route. They get 11 back on that. That leads to 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Stafford. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you can actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity all time in the fourth quarter. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they'll get this route past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Shoves him aside, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. Once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to run.
They get 14 on that one. Good for Houston 1st down.
Another carry for the leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Texans have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Slayton going to take it from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. Down the numbers. There he goes. 20. Touchdown, Giants. Kadarius Toney, 78 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Ready?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against him a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Back to throw again. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, so they were already in field goal range. Now this and a completely new story to tell.
And frankly, what they're going to say when they review this game and go over it, they're going to tell the offense, he had one job. All right, you knew what you had to get done. You knew where we wanted to kick the field goal from. You know our range. Just take care of the football, and we win the game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Stafford. He's got a man complete. The 30. 10. A big play there on the catch and run. An even 90 yards. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Another try for Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. with career touchdown number 60, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point try good by Gano, and they will take a 7-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. He's back to throw. He's got his man. It's Gallup. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw.
The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a 1st down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen?
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. They'll look to throw. And they do not get it. It's incomplete. They went for the win, and the big gamble does not pay off. So the clock sits at 16 seconds as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now Stafford. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Stafford now to throw. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Texans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. this. It came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, it was the defender who got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So for the Giants, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, for the bank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it.